Hey there, Warriors of Light, it's me, your boy, and boy howdy, has it been a long time since we've touched Final Fantasy XIV. It's not totally true, I touched it yesterday, but I haven't been subbed in months. And it turns out there's a free play period, so let's go ahead and get caught up on the story. I do want to address that I only just today, as of this being recorded, which is August 26th, 2023, realized that the last third of session 3 had this weird red screen on it. I don't know why. I say session 3, but the patch 6.3 walkthrough. I don't know why. I only just caught it today, and I'm sorry for that. I had no idea. Anyways, let's get into it and hope this one runs better. Alice, 'tis good to see you. Have you any news from old Charlian? We've yet to hear from Y'shtola regarding her search for a means to return to the void. I must confess that her silence has left me feeling restless. Nor am I alone in this. Estinian has such an excess of energy that he has been helping to train our soldiers with nary a grumble. As for Zero, she was eating lunch. Is something the matter? No, no. Alice paid us a visit, and so I was surprising her of recent developments, or the lack thereof. Are you heading somewhere? Aye, to replenish my ether. Oh, she's about to eat lunch. Would you like to come? Cyberpunk 2077 noises. A rare but most welcome invitation. Timely, too, I might add. I myself was thinking of venturing out into the city. It'd be my pleasure to join you. You will accompany us, of course. Come then. I have an errand to run at the bazaar first. Zero has errands? What? Yeah, y'all. When we get into battle content, I did a main scenario yesterday, and I did level 90 roulette yesterday, just to try to shake off a little bit of the rest. Because I really we recorded that last session, and I unsubbed maybe a couple weeks later. Just because I really wasn't playing that much, and we were about to move. I'm picking up some more spice. Mary told me to do so before my next visit. Mistress Zero is quite the tolerance, you see. The sisters know we Hanish are fond of spicy food, but I doubt any of us could keep up with her. With just the spices they normally have on hand, the maiden can't quite satisfy her, which is why I'm happy to provide what they need to achieve more rigorous flavors. Now that variety being the spice of life, perhaps you'd like to choose something extra to blend with Miss Zero's usual. It'll help to keep things interesting. What do you say? Fine by me. You can appreciate the nuances of this world's sustenance far better than I can, I expect. A colorful array of spices peer out from hempen sacks. Bright red in color, this powder is hot just to look at. It'll likely induce a healthy sweat when consumed. Ah, it's a fine choice, but don't take my word for it. Here, have a taste. Zero may wish to observe her reaction and be considered to sample the spice in her presence. Okay. Hello? I'm about to get booed, aren't I? This is some 90k bullshit. Granted, we're not in a really busy area, so I can't see if other players are moving, but I'm stuck. You, white mage back there. Move. Let me know I'm not disconnected. Oh, I can still pull the map. So NPCs are moving. That don't mean shit. If you're gonna 90k me, hurry up and 90k me. I'm gonna pause the recording until this is over. Literally as soon as I paused it, it finally went through. That was terrible. What's my ping looking like? I mean... yeah. And when I move, it should update me. Yeah. Okay, weird hiccup, I guess. You know, I do know, like, right after I unsubbed, 14 started to get, like, really weird, like, network things. You tentatively place some of the spice on your tongue. A veritable blaze engulfs your mouth. Your reaction speaks volumes. That'll suffice then. Always a pleasure, Mr. Zero, and do give Mayreed my regards. Quit going to the bag of spice. Yeah, like I pressed the pause record button, and like a millisecond later it went through. If I was smart, I would have checked my ping during it.
My usual, please. But with this spice.
Of course, Zero. It would be my pleasure.
I'll reset that audio.
Oh, now, this is enough to make a whole kettle of your special curry.
I don't need that much.
Rest assured, it's easy enough to make a serving just for you. Or we could make the kettle and share it. There would be enough not only for your companions but other diners as well. I dare say everyone will be delighted.
Very well. A full kettle, then.
Excellent. We'll prepare it at once. And for your excellency and our esteemed adventurer, are you happy to try a bowl of Zero's curry? We can make yours milder if you prefer.
Grateful though I am for the offer, I cannot fully appreciate the flavor with this vessel. Another time, perhaps. Do not hold back on my account, my friend. Eat and enjoy.
Then give me the lava dumps. Let's go.
Understood. Please, make yourselves comfortable.
It gladdens me to see you taking to life in Radzatan, Zero. In the area of our cuisine, not least of all. Spicy dishes have long been favored in our sultry clime for their ability to whet the appetite and cool the body. Of course, spices also have the effect of preserving foods, which makes them highly coveted in foreign lands. All of this has given rise to a thriving spice industry, and the wealth it brings has allowed our nation to prosper while maintaining its neutrality.
So you trade your spices? Seems rather more complicated than trading in ether.
In the beginning, this land was no more than refuge for me. But now it is my home, and the people of Radzathan my beloved children. Together, we build this vibrant nation, and naught would please me more than to show it to my sister one day.
Vibrant. Rubicante said the same when he described this world. A reminder of all that has been stolen from us. What many who remember doubtless yearn to take back.
Our home is a lost cause. Our only choice to begin anew. In this world, where we may reclaim our mortality.
Nonetheless, it's wrong to damn another to save yourself. As I told Rubicante, as I found myself moved to speak.
Baby Sean as opposed to Big Sean.
I still do not understand what made me feel this way, nor what compels you mortals to help one another. But I hope to someday.
It's called not being a dick.
You will find the answers you seek.
Sound like a commotion.
What's happening?
Oh shit.
The Satrap's honored guest.
Okay.
Serving a special curry for anyone who wishes to partake. But be warned, it is not for the faint of heart.
Wow. You have unlocked the most powerful spell of all. It's just a gun. I will get you added after this stream.
It burns! It burns!
Good. Yeah. I need to go and add a 2 to the one that's already there.
The alchemist ensured that my vessel was...
And the sub. Thank you very much.
However, I fear Zero's curry would test the limits of their design.
Apologies for the delay. Please
Phew.
relax.
22 months. It's been a long, long time.
Relax. I don't have time for that. I've been waiting for this. Come. Let's replenish our ether.
I might be able to do it during this cutscene, actually. They were perfect.
I trust you have eaten your fill. I shall have Marid prepare a meal for us to take to Estinian. I suspect he too is overdue a replenishment. By this hour...
K has been updated in the Hall of Power.
Come.
The power. Spicy curries left you slightly flushed, and I couldn't read that fast enough. And set your heart racing. Whatever challenges await, you're ready to face them head on and with feeling. What is this? Be forged by the flames of truly challenging curry. Really? They made that its own status effect? Spicy circulation. I did the red one. Because I wanted that lava butt. Look, I may not be able to tolerate spices because I'm white as shit. But Alice, she can tolerate some spice. Oh, wow. Welcome back. Master Estinian? Yes, he has returned to his chambers. I shall be happy to escort you. We're just gonna wrestle, right? That's what friends do.
Estinian, are you there? We've brought something for you.
I enter.
Estinian, what are you doing? Oh, shit.
Squid masala from the Mehane. I thought you might enjoy it.
Masala, eh? I prefer my squid dried. But I'm sure it won't disappoint. My thanks.
Why did I not see this more on Twitter?
Sorceress's absence, I see. I can't offer much in the way of entertainment, but make yourselves comfortable.
Because degenerate shit makes itself, like, known on my feed. Prime wrestling outfit. Estinian's himbo ass has no idea right now.
Shall we disrobe as well?
No.
He was like, let's get naked.
Friend unprepared. He will make himself presentable at once, I am sure.
Get dressed, slut.
At last. We've been looking for you.
My
Well,
friends, tell me, were you able to devise a way to return to the 13th?
I believe so. It required a visit to the moon, where I took the opportunity to enlist Orionge's assistance.
out of context, that's a wild sentence.
Told me all. I should be glad to help you free Ashdaya and put an end to Golbez's dark plot.
If Rubicante spoke true, both Golbez and Ashdaya are on the moon of the 13th.
I live to serve.
Like here in the source, however, we have no means of making the journey from the surface of the star itself. The technology simply does not exist. Therefore, I propose that we employ a gate to deliver us directly to our destination.
Is such a feat possible?
In theory. Having once been a single hole, the source and its reflections share striking similarities in geography. And according to a certain someone who unceremoniously whisked us away to the first, the same locations across the worlds are intrinsically bound. All of which is to say, were we to pass through a gate on the Source's moon, it should lead us to the moon of the 13th. Of course, there is the risk of Voidsent gaining entry to our world. Thus did I decide to seek Urianger's counsel.
Both the Watcher and the Loporrits are aware of our proposed endeavor. While they are yet deliberating precautionary measures, they have pledged their full cooperation.
You've been busy. I presume you've also found a way to open this gate.
Be it in Radzat or Sharlayan, scholars have long cast their gaze unto the endless dark of the void. And so, with harnish insights to augment our knowledge, we have indeed conceived of a promising plan to pierce the veil. A plan I am confident will succeed, precisely because the moon is our stage. The preparations will be extensive, and we will require vast quantities of ether.
I mean, I've got that in spades, right?
After all, our gate must be large enough to accommodate another great worm. My proposal entails delivering copious amounts of ether to the Tower of Babel in Garlemald. As you will recall, Fandaniel used the structure to destroy the Brand's imprisoning Zodiac. And we, in like manner, will use it to channel ether to the moon, and thereby open our gate.
I see. Then we shall need someone on the moon for the necessary rituals.
Just so, Your Excellency. I intend to head back anon for that very purpose, as well as to help devise our strategy to deal with invading Voidsent. Along with our lunar allies, we will once again require the assistance of your alchemists, Nidana not least of all.
Okay.
May I trouble you to serve as their escort?
Fine by me. The room was beginning to feel constraining.
For my part, I shall oversee the requisite tasks on the Star. Might I prevail upon you for your assistance?
Arshan, you have a really tiny little head.
If all are in agreement, then let us set to work. We'll open our gate, and we will stop Golbez.
You know, it's interesting, since the last time I played 14, I've played through all 6 of the, like, old school Final Fantasy games. So it'll be interesting to kind of see 14 with all that new knowledge, not just from 4, which I've played through multiple times. I will tell you that 5 is very underrated. Like, it doesn't get talked about nearly enough in the community. I was just seeing who all I had. See if I have any, like, sudden attachment to any new minions. I mean, it's always still going to be Lulu for me. But, I mean, I know a lot more about Furion. And Warrior Light is pretty standard. A lot of these are just from 4. But then there's 5 Barts, or Butts. Though they actually did have them as Barts. And the Pixel Remaster. It was pretty good. Wait. If one and all already, then let us set forth our preparations to complete. If I may, I beg a moment to exchange this vessel for its grown counterpart. It is in the keeping of alchemists of the High Crucible. Of course, we shall accompany thee thither, and thence begin our journey. That's a sentence. We shall accompany thee thither, and thence begin our journey. Mr. Thou? Oh wait, I saw it. No. That's the relic. The one that everybody hates. I say everybody hates, that's not true, but the people who hate it are also the people that really like Bozia and Eureka, generally. I'm not one of those people. My apologies for the delay. My, that is a striking simulacrum indeed. Well suited to the work ahead, I doubt not. Allow me to explain Y'shtola's plan in greater detail. As you know, we seek to open a void gate in Mar Lamentorum, that we might gain passage to the moon of the 13th. Whilst our comrades labor upon the moon, we must needs accomplish 2 tasks. The first is the procurement of a substantial quantity of aether, and subsequent delivery of it unto the Tower of Babel. Said structure was once used to siphon the land's essence by way of the Telophoros spires. Such a method, however, doth pose an unacceptable risk to the greater ethereal balance of our world. Thus we must seek an alternate means of conveying our requisite resource. Our second task doth pertain to the use of the Tower of Babel itself. You may recall that this portal into the moon was placed under the supervision of the Isambard contingent. If we would employ it to different ends, we must first obtain the contingent's express permission. I should like to believe they would not refuse us, so perhaps we should concern ourselves with the aether problem first. Have you any idea whence we might source the vast quantity needed? Aye, a likely location doth come to mind. Let us make for the airship landing. There I shall reveal more. Okay. Yeah, like, when I first looked at all my summoner buttons, I was like, shit, how do I play this again? But then I queued into a 90 duty, and it was like riding a bike. And I'm probably not quite as efficient as I was with playing it and optimized, but it'll be good enough. All are present accounted for? Excellent. We shall travel to Charlian and thence seek the nearby Isle of Helm. Near unto the surface of this isle do rivers of aether converge. The churning energy of this confluence is released by the way of geysers. Originally, the Ragnarok was to be powered by aether harvested from the isle, but as you well know, an alternate power source was ultimately found for the vessel. Passage onto Ultima Thule to the very limits of existence was facilitated by not less than the strength of the Mother Crystal herself. As such, the Isle of Ham's vast aether deposits remain untouched. We may help ourselves to that energy, provided we are able to secure the form's permission. Yet again, with needing permission, is nothing straightforward in this world. Such is the nature of politics, I fear. As the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have been officially disbanded, no longer are we a recognized collective, a somewhat disadvantaged position, bureaucratically speaking. Fortunately, however, there is a recognized and respected body upon which we might prevail, the students of Baldazian. Upon arriving in Charlian, let us seek our friends at the Annex. Why did we have to come to the airship landing just to come back to the Annex? Welcome back, Alice. What brings you here today, and in such colorful company? Greetings, Ojika. On this occasion, we are come to seek the student's assistance in a matter of some urgency. In that case, you'll want to speak with Kryl. She's in the main hall, sorting through our archives. There's a visitor with her at the moment, but it's no one you don't know, so feel free to show yourself in. We're doing instant transmission. Oh, hey! He got upgraded to main character status in the Dawn trailer.
Well now, if it isn't two of my dearest friends. As for the other two, I don't believe we've had the pleasure.
Not in this vessel, perhaps. 'Tis I, Vashan. Though you are welcome to call me Vritra, if you prefer.
Pay me no mind. I merely accompany them.
Relatable as shit, though, Zero.
I pray you forgive us our intrusion. If you are occupied, we shall call again anon.
Oh, you're a new person? Please don't acknowledge my existence. Relatable as shit.
Quite all right. We've just finished swapping all our secrets anyway. Erinville occasionally comes and shares the latest Gleaner gossip, you see. From forgotten ruins to mysterious relics, if there's aught that might be of interest to the students, he kindly lets us know.
Alas, I must soon depart on an expedition. As I may be away for an extended period, I wish to give Kryl fair warning. Hence my visit today.
I see. There are specimens that want for procuring, I presume?
No, it isn't guild ship business, but rather... homecoming. But enough about me. You have business too, yes? And I'm in the way.
Far from it. As a matter of fact, we should be grateful if you could stay and share your knowledge of the nearby isles with us. We seek a means to travel to the Void. There, a man named Golbez plots to invade our world. A man who even now holds my sister hostage. To that end, we require a great quantity of ether, which we understand may be had on the Isle of Ham. We came in the hope of exploring how it might best be procured.
An invasion from the 13th? Must the stakes always be so dramatic?
You have a knack for finding trouble.
Yes, I do.
If gleaners collected world-ending crises, you could make quite a name for yourself in our profession.
Cringe.
It's true the Isle of Ham is a veritable font of ether, but As it's under the Forum's direct jurisdiction, only a privileged few get to set foot there. I myself haven't.
So if we want to help ourselves to the Isle's ether, we'll need to secure the Forum's permission. Very well. The students of Baldessian recognize your endeavors as combating a grave threat to the world. As representative, I hereby pledge our full assistance. Now that it's official, you may leave the politics and paperwork to me. Our operations remain small, but we shouldn't meet any undue resistance.
We are truly grateful.
If I may. According to the original plan for the Exodus, ether collected from the Isle of Harm was to power the Ark. Art thou perchance familiar with the logistics of this endeavor?
I don't know anything about that, I'm afraid. Nor do I think any cleaner would. You might have better luck asking someone involved with the Ark's construction. Margaret, for instance. She's a researcher in Charley and Hamlet. I met with her for a job recently, and she mentioned working on the Ragnarok's propulsion system.
How convenient.
You could do worse than to seek her out while awaiting the Forum's verdict.
We may well do just that. Our gratitude for thine advice, and may this threat be but a memory upon thy return.
You're quite welcome. Now then, if you'll excuse me.
I best start drafting our petition. Go on and find your researcher. I'll contact you as soon as we've made progress.
Let us leave matters here to Mistress...
Oh, what? I didn't press anything. Weird code.
Right then, time to put our best foot forward. Oh. A pity you can't tidy yourself. I should have had Ishtola enchant you when I had the chance. And what have we here? Later, Kryl, later. You've work to do.
Me trying to motivate myself to do anything when I'm not teaching. So I use this like skin thing on my PS5 controller. Basically just to like help keep it clean and stuff, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I really like it anymore. It's always made it kind of like slippery on the handles. And I think I'd prefer the like tactile grip. Shit, that does feel better. Yeah, we're gonna roll over it like that for a while. It like this thing has like ridges on it for grip, but like I wish that it wasn't just like smooth rubber. I'd like for it to be like textured. I guess it's more like silicone, I guess. Visitors, how delightful. If you require assistance, and ask away. It so happens you've caught me in the post-headline bliss. Forgive us the abruptness of our inquiry, but 'tis our understanding that thou had charge of the Ragnarok's propulsion systems. We should like to know how either harvested at the Isle of Ham was to be stored and transferred to the Ark, if the disclosure of such information is permitted. Oh, it's no bother at all. We built special tanks that can store either, just like we use casks to store wine. Simple, really. Simple, but brilliant in construction. They rivaled even crystals for etheric capacity. Pity we never got to use them. How muddled and distant the memory. When Doom's deadline loomed large, and we extricate ourselves from a waist-high mire of work, only to end up chin-deep in another. I was at one with the world, a conduit for the energies of creation, but now I am truly alive. Who would have thought that sleeping in a bed and eating warm meals could make such a difference? Well, I feel positively functional. I dare say it rivals the thrill of dancing on the knife edge of failure. You're overworked. And I find it very relatable. Succeeding is just barely avoiding failure. We're glad for you. Quite. On the subject of Aether tanks, do you know what became of them? What did become of them? For the life of me, I can't seem to remember. They got turned into toilets. Oh yeah, I should mention, well, I won't do this during the middle of a cutscene, but but I do remember someone who might remember. We should be back by now. Let's look for the fellow wearing an outfit that screams, "I've been on vacation and you haven't." Very well. We shall seek out this conspicuous colleague of thine. Our sincerest gratitude, Margaret, and do look after thyself. She needs the reminder. Come, let us seek out this individual attired in a manner suggestive of recent furlough. Boy, that was a lot of synonyms for that. But yeah, I should mention, because it's been months since we recorded the 6.3 video, I've moved. I no longer live in the place I recorded the last video. The move, like, I don't even think we knew what place we were moving into yet. Like, we knew we were going to move in together, but we didn't know where. But, like, we've figured all that out, and we've been moved in now for about a month. Alright, who's been on vacation? None of you nerds. Mr. Thou? That's one thing I picked up from FF6 is the character Gao. Always referring to Cyan as Mr. Well, first Cyan, but then eventually Savin is Mr. Thou? Because he also kind of speaks like Arianze. And Savin's this big old dumb himbo. He was probably my favorite character. The face that launched our teeny tiny toy boat. How you been, Alice? Able to catch a bit of rest? Well, if I don't know about Aether tanks, who in Beauregard's name would? Born right in my very own workshop they were. Pleasure as always, Master Coco. I trust thy respite proved rejuvenating. And then some, but I won't bore you with the details, at least not without a drink in me. So, why the interest in our little old tanks? Permit me to explain. Alright, we turned them into septic tanks. I see. Think I've got the long and short of it. Goes without saying, but we all owe you more than we can ever repay. If you need our Aether tanks, then they're at your disposal. Just one problem. You need the forum's approval to set foot on the Isle of Hom. Were it up to me, you'd be on the next ship out, but that lot can't wipe their arses unless it's in accordance with procedural motions. You may be assured that my backside is immaculate. Oh shit! Ellie, stumping thighs, or master portional, and Skull Monchine. What a surprise! Pardon the intrusion. The forum has deliberated your petition. We decided to deliver our verdict directly. I would hope that the matter of pandemonium has not been overshadowed by other concerns, but that is a discussion for another time. You making fun of me for not finishing the raid yet? You have been granted special dispensation to travel to the Isle of Hom for the purpose of etheric extraction on one condition. On account of its rich deposits of aether, the isle is home to throngs of vicious beasts. We ask that you cull any such creatures you encounter. Nah, we were just going to work around all the monsters. That's all? Given the vast amount of aether we seek, I expected a far higher price. Oh, believe me, we do not underestimate the value of what you desire. Nay, we simply owe the students of Valdezia and their esteemed collaborators a debt of gratitude, and we felt that expediting your request was a suitable way to repay it. A debt of gratitude. We have taken the liberty of arranging your passage to the Isle of Hom. Your vessel awaits in Scholar's Harbor. Then I'd better get those aether tanks loaded onto the airship. We'll be ready to take them where you need, assuming it's safe. I shall head back to the annex, but should you need anything else, don't hesitate to call.
Bound for the Isle of Hom. You look like the ones Master Fortuno told me to expect. If you're ready to depart, then so am I. Just say the word.
Is something the matter?
I did recruit one other to our party, but he is late to arrive.
Was it me? Because I'm notoriously late. The stream was like almost an hour. It was actually a little over an hour late. Ah. Your boyfriend.
Forgive me my delay.
Thancred? 'Tis good to see you.
If it isn't Varshan. They do grow up so quickly. Urianje tells me we have a host of exciting new tribulations to face. And you must be Zero. I've heard all about your daring do in Garlemald. A pleasure.
Apart from strengthening our company with his redoubtable skill at arms, Thancred may also serve as a mentor in those matters that trouble thee. I speak of the intangible forces which bring souls together. Thancred is possessed of experience both unique and insightful that I am sure he would gladly share with thee. Thou needst but ask.
Yay. I mean, we ran with him last time, so I'm just gonna stick with the default group. Look at the bears! That's not a bear, but those are. We must protect the bears from the weird squid things, the jellyfish things, and the beasts.
Make ready! My turn. Make ready! You're mine!
This is a very relaxing backing track. Damn it.
Make ready!
That's far enough.
You're mine! Together we shall overcome this.
This will hurt.
It died. I lost that last one.
All that I have and more I bring to bear.
I gotta say, it's not that big of a deal, buddy. He's dead. I'm putting maximum effort into this ordeal.
This will hurt.
Yeah, whatever The dungeon they introduced in 6.3, I think I only ever ran that like once or twice.
That's far enough.
I remember almost nothing about it. And I know the 6.3 recording I did died during that dungeon run for some reason. The fuck is that? That thing looks like a chicken nugget. Just a really slimy one, but it's got like the boot shape of a McDonald's chicken nugget. Ooh. Sonic Bloop. What a name.
Ready.
I'm glad you don't have to like press a button to interact with that. Step in it. That's how the 89 dungeon should have been. I know you had to interact with all that shit.
You're mine.
troll, boys.
Make ready! My turn.
That's far enough.
Oh. Look at all those golems.
Make ready. Make ready.
Make ready.
Be gone!
Oh, whoops, I wasn't paying attention.
My turn. You're mine! You're mine!
Was this a long ride? We bonk. I'm playing Death Stranding is what I'm playing. Those are absolutely the zip lines from Death Stranding. Battle Cry, isn't that the intro from Samurai Champloo? Those have a little bit of heft to them.
My turn.
Ah, not quite as much of the arena, huh? Okay. And wherever he goes...
That's far enough.
Boy, those are tiny little hitboxes.
My turn.
I'm sure I was picking the most difficult ones.
You're mine!
Got you!
Together we shall overcome this.
That worked out just nicely with my forced cast. Now we're going into the cave at Narsh.
Make ready!
That's far enough.
You're mine! Together we shall overcome this.
Honestly, it's pretty dungeon. I don't really have much else to say about it.
Be gone!
I like it. I think my favorite part is probably the music, though. Like, it's very chill for a backing track.
That's far enough.
Prepare yourself. The end credit is such a great opportunity for sound bites.
Together we shall.
Yeah, I'm alright without getting that Garuda out.
You're mine! Make ready! Be gone!
My timings are a little goofy, but I think we got him back on track by holding it for a second.
My turn.
Anchor, do you want to pull these a little closer together? No? Okay. Well, I'm gonna single target then, since you had them too far apart anyways. Thanks. Oh, we're at the end. After we finish this dungeon, I'm gonna take a break. Just for a couple minutes. Oh god, is it the one boss from, shit. Well, there's a couple. Yo! Okay. Another boss from 4. Oh shit, we could do a big slide. Tony Hawk our way down here. Let's fucking go. What a not typical arena. I hope people were giving Square props for this. I don't know how we knew. Right, that was the safe spot. It's just a big, yeah, it's a big spray. It's gonna cut off parts of the arena. Oh. Oh shit. Right, it wasn't Tidal Breath. That's right. Tidal Breath would have just been him, but I didn't pay attention to all the That was pretty fun. I started to pick up on that boss's mechanics. I probably need to run it again to really have it down, but like it didn't seem too bad. I was looking for visual cues where there wasn't really any. The tentacles just kind of attack forward at some point. I'm sure there's more to it. Like maybe like the inner ones will go first or the outer ones. Okay. Alright. We're gonna do a breaky break as soon as we get to the first dialogue box.
Much obliged for clearing the way. We'll get to work.
I think I accidentally cut off his line, might be.
Filling these up will take a good while. I appreciate it if you stood watch till we finished. I ain't getting chewed to chum by some ether-bloated bugger. Oh, by the by, where were you planning on putting these to use? We could deliver them by airship, see? Provided it ain't too far.
We would need them transported to Garlemald, to the Tower of Babel.
Ah, that's a long old journey. Too long for a direct flight. Tell you what, we'll send them over with the scheduled shipment of provisions headed that way. I'll make the arrangements as soon as we get back. Save some poor chocobos having to drag this lot through the snow.
You have our thanks. We shall not forget your generosity.
Everything seems to be proceeding apace. I dare say you would have been fine without me.
Why would you say such a thing? You are not bound by contract or the threat of force, and you gain no advantage by devaluing your own contribution. Yet you must be bound by something to speak thus. What is it?
What binds me? A belief, I suppose. Born of our shared struggles. No matter where my comrades go, I have faith they will be fine. For I know that they will walk their chosen path as surely as I walk mine. I trust them, in short. Trite though it may sound.
Trust. I remember the word. How long has it been since last I used it? It had no place in my dealings. Not with other Voidsent, and certainly not with Xenos. Not even in the time before darkness engulfed the world. Full often did Memoriates betray their own, corrupted by the very power they wielded. You could trust no one but yourself. Alone we fought, and alone we fell. I wouldn't know how to trust.
Love it.
And alone we fell. I wouldn't know how to trust. Is there some trick to it?
Just stay close to this one. You'll learn in no time. Aye, absolutely fine.
I confess I thought thou mightst have more words of counsel to offer.
Oh, she'll soon get the hang of it, even without my help. After our work here is done, I'll see myself back to the shadows. But before that, I take it you've heard as well.
Indeed. The client seeketh Archons, and 'twould seem our extensive travels and neutrality make us prime candidates.
Well, assuming we take on the request, I suspect I'll be stuck with you again. Don't let me down, hmm?
It not only allows use of the tanks, but to arrange their transportation to Garlemald besides. Blessed are we to count Coco among our allies. Unto thee we must also give thanks, Tancred, for coming to our aid on such short notice. Please, you know I'm always happy to help. Don't hesitate to call on me again. It doesn't matter. Till next time. With the tank's transportation thus arranged, our first task is complete. We may now turn our attention to the second, to wit, obtaining the blessing of the Ilsbard contingent to use the Tower of Babel to channel energy onto the moon. Our destination is Camp Broken Glass, where we may present our petition to Commander Lucia. Like, everybody owes us so many favors. I'd be pissed if someone was like, nah, not feeling that one that much, fam. Well, that's too fucking bad. I should have known a 90k was coming though. Because the game froze up for like a minute or two when we were picking spices earlier. Alice, allow me to personally thank you for your assistance during the recent Voidsent incursion. Your actions saved many. What brings you here today? Pray forgive us for not sending word in advance, Commander. We would seek your cooperation in a matter of great import. Indeed, we appreciate you consulting with us instead of taking unilateral action. It is no simple matter to activate the Tower of Babel, and I speak not only of the technological challenges. Personally, I think we must consider the emotional impact of such an action above all else. Though we have yet to re-establish a governing body, we provisionally refer to those who remain here as the Garlean community. As you would expect, they are predominantly native Garleans, most of whom are uncomfortable with ethereal manipulation. To compound matters, the trauma inflicted by Anima is still fresh. If the tower were to suddenly light up again, it is like to cause distress and reopen old wounds. Better that than facing a mass invasion by Golvez and his Voidsent horde, surely. Of course, we acknowledge the gravity of the situation as well as the promised bloodshed should we fail to act. Yet even were we to convey your warning to the public, many simply do not understand the workings of magic or the rift. They will struggle to comprehend why they must be forced to relive personal horrors for the sake of something they cannot imagine. What's there to imagine? Haven't these people seen Voidsent with their own eyes? Let us suppose you encounter someone who's freezing in this cold. The natural thing to do might be to make them a fire, yes? But what if that person's sole existence of fire was being badly burned by it and they harbored an acute fear? Despite the benefits, nay, the necessity of the warmth you offer, they may flee on instinct. Or worse, misinterpret your actions for aggression and lash out. So like the fire that torments this individual, the Tower of Babel torments the people of Garlemald. Yet we cannot afford to falter here. We must find a way to help them overcome their fear. I agree. To that end, the contingent will assist however we can. We shall speak with Alphino and Alizé. With the rapport they have established with the Garlean people, I dare say they can provide us with valuable insights. In the meantime, Urianger, might I ask that you remain here to oversee the technical aspects of the tower's activation? I like that he's got his attire from when he's helping out the Warriors of Darkness. I'm sure he's worn it before, but admittedly it's been so long since I've seen it, I may have forgotten. Very nice. Is this oh yeah, we just teleport to church. Unga bunga gorilla. I'm glad to see you, Alice. Reacher has explained our present dilemma. It is no unfounded concern that the Garleans might take poorly to the reactivation of the Tower of Babel. That's putting it mildly. Many would be up in arms over it. Just the Ilsbard contingent is fragile enough. We need to tread lightly, or we risk jeopardizing everything we've achieved. Trust again. Well, it seems to me there's naught for it but to speak with the people. Rather than harping on about the necessity of the plan, we need to lend an ear to their concerns. Then perhaps we can begin working toward a compromise. In that case, I'll take you to meet the community leaders. They're at a station called Sitnus, near the Cenaculum Imperialis. I would be honored to speak with them, though it'd be prudent to learn where people elsewhere stand as well, but that I will leave to the others, save Zero. Might you accompany me? I'm sure those in Tapper's Den will have their own opinions. Alphino, if I may drag you along? Tertium, we leave to you. You're no stranger to the people here, so it should take little prodding to convince them to speak freely. Then settled. Once you've learned what you can, let's all meet in Forum Solius, where we'll have what I hope is a productive discussion. No, stop it. The tower is evil. It'll turn us all evil. I don't want to hear it. Leave me alone. Fi. That tower isn't right, I tell you. All those magics. Years ago, when I lived in the provinces, the locals razed our village to the ground with the stuff, made things appear and disappear and fly and burn. I can still see it when I close my eyes. You've done us a good turn, dear, but let's not talk about the tower any longer. It's unnatural. Activate the Tower of Babel? Are you out of your mind? That abomination transformed my friends and family into monsters. I can't even bear to look at it whenever I step outside. If you want to do something for us, tear the bloody thing down. The Tower of Babel? But what's it got to do with Void Scent? I can't say I understand. So your people have done much and more for us Garleans. If you say it's necessary, then that's good enough for me. Whatever its present state, the Imperial Palace was once the pride of Garlemald. I mean no disrespect to you and yours, but shouldn't the Garlean people be its caretakers instead of foreigners? Though if we dared speak thus to some of the contingent, they might take assumptions, cut our rations, or worse. No, forget I said anything, please. Damn it. Big bird out of small space. That's the wrong way. Julius is on his way with the others. I hope you found the people more receptive than we did. Nope. So may I present to you Lord Aeneas and Midius, magistrates of our political council. They have been spearheading the efforts to establish a new system of government here. When we raised the subject of the Tower of the Babel, they insisted that we speak no further until joined by a representative of the Ilzabard contingent. I see Alphino and Alize have yet to arrive, though, so perhaps we should wait. Doesn't matter if only some of you are present. We simply wish to make one thing perfectly clear. The Tower is a manifestation of Garlean ingenuity and authority. It was once the abode of the imperial family, and it will forever bear tremendous cultural significance. It's insulting enough that we've had to suffer foreigners occupying it under the guise of rendering aid, and now you propose reactivating it? Nay, we have had enough. The Garlemald of old may have fallen, but she fell in civil war to her own people, not to Eorzea nor any other land. We came here to assert our unequivocal claim to our territory. Garlemald, and all that lies within her bounds, is beholden to no one. I'll beat you up. There's no common ground to be found with these men. In spite of this, he would still engage with them. Since their excellencies are resolved to negotiate with the contingent, I will escort them to Tertium. I'll also instruct Alphino and Alze to meet us there. Lord Midius, Lord Neus, by your leave, my comrades and I would speak with the residents of Senatus. Though the Ilzabard contingent holds the Tower of Babel, it is I who wishes for it to be reactivated, and thus I think it meet that I be present for this discussion. Yet my understanding of your people's hardships, of their hopes and desires, of their dreams for the future is sorely lacking. In my ignorance, I would struggle to contribute. Lest you worry, I will not plead our case to the community in your absence. I wish only to identify common ground upon which we might build a relationship that sees us overcome our differences. Very well, but know that the guards will not hesitate to escort you from the premises should they judge your actions to be inappropriate. If it's settled then, you should all head to Senatus. I'll join you there after I see their excellencies safely to Tertium. Ride my flying motorbike. Go where it will take me. Here it is, Senatus, a temporary refuge for political dignitaries, hence the tight security. I am given to understand that outsiders are normally not permitted so much as a glimpse inside. We should consider ourselves fortunate to be given this opportunity. I hope it'll be worth the trouble. As do I, Zero. As do I. Hey, Primus. That's a hell of a band. I mean, Primus sucks, but they're amazing. To begin, I propose we split up and ask the residents for their views on the Ilzabard contingent and the current state of affairs. We also would do well to learn more about this enclave itself. Should you observe anything of note, pray keep it in mind. It is through open hearts and open minds I believe we may yet convince our leaders to work with us for the greater good. These are boxes. Stockpile of assorted supplies bear markings indicating they were provided by the Ilzabard contingent. The Enclave is clearly relying upon the Alliance for aid. You wanna know what I think? I'm a soldier. I try not to think about politics at all. I'll say as much. Our leaders labor to preserve our culture, our way of life, what remains of it at any rate. I trust them to do what's best for Garlemald. You recognize the large cask as the very same unit your comrades used to transport ceruleum from Lapis Manalis. Why they are in Senatus is unclear. Oops. How do I feel about the contingent? Conflicted, to say the least. I've been tasked with the distribution of supplies, and I know as well as any that we couldn't survive without outside aid. Be that as it may, even though the Empire has collapsed, we have our pride. People don't want to be beholden to others forever, and there's no denying that it chafes to see our benefactors occupying the Imperial Palace. Finished joining the Enclave, have you? What were you able to learn? Bum, bum, bum. Much the same as me, then. They accept the contingent's help out of necessity and harbor a measure of resentment. They have only themselves to blame. If they don't like the bargain, they should reject it. How many times must I tell you, it's absolutely out of the question? Oops. What's going on? We were wondering the very same. We came running when we heard shouting. Is that the matter? Oh, no, I was just trying to explain. Mayhap you can clear this up. The contingent has made a reasonable request, but this man insists it is impossible. It concerns the magitech weapons which run rampant throughout Regio Urbanissima. Every time we deliver supplies here, we have to dispatch extra men to defend against potential attacks. To address the issue once and for all, we propose the elimination of all machina that loiter near the supply route, but you heard them. They refused to even consider it. The magistrates have already spoken in this manner. Rampant or no, those war machina are Garlean assets. Furthermore, who's to say they are as dangerous as you attest? It has been suggested this could be a pretense to scavenge magitech material for your own ends. I know not if that is the case, but the fact remains we cannot allow you to destroy them. More speculation by the magistrates, I presume. Ridiculous, but they have spoken. Unless we want to inflame tensions further, there's not we can do. How complicated relations become when you don't get to read the rest of that. How complicated relations become when not grounded in a clear and equitable agreement. An equitable agreement, of course. Well, do I understand the difficulty of your position? As a soldier, you must do your duty and obey your superiors. I have an idea, but I must first speak with Commander Lucia. May I take charge of this matter? By all means. Let's return to Camp Broken Glass, where we might discuss a solution I believe will satisfy all parties. Yeah, one thing I want to do with my setup because I'm realizing I don't have a keyboard plugged in for 14, so like talking to people would be kind of rough. So I have a USB splitter. So I'm gonna get that hooked up after this session, I think. Or maybe while we're waiting in a queue for something, because I'm sure we'll have some sort of queue to wait through. Welcome back, all of you. I pray there have been positive developments in your efforts to appeal to the Garlean community. Mayhap not yet, but there's a method by which I believe all stand to gain. As satrap, I intend to propose a trade agreement between Radz-at-Han and the people of Garlemald. Please continue. The people of this nation have lived through its collapse and more, yet they have chosen to remain, for it is their home. They have been able to survive thus far thanks to the Ilsabard contingent, or rather, in less flattering terms, they are entirely at your mercy. Despite your noble intentions, this one-sided relationship has fueled feelings of frustration and resentment. To no surprise, then, that some Garleans are loath to engage with foreigners for fear of indebting themselves further, or surrendering more of their already limited autonomy. That is why I wish to present them with an equitable agreement, one that would restore them a sense of agency after having been forced to rely upon charity. Easier said than done. What exactly did you have in mind? Long have Garlemald and Radz-at-Han abided by a treaty of non-interference. Freely have we traded with one another, but I wish but to continue in this tradition. We would provide your people with such supplies as you require, in return for which you would grant us leave to use the Tower of Babel, as well as share your Magitech resources and expertise. As we become more reliant upon your technologies, we will of course require more ceruleum to fuel them. This you possess in abundance, and for it you will be duly compensated. Radz-at-Han's culture will be enriched by your Magitech wonders, and our ever-increasing demand for your wares will see Garlemald grow wealthy and prosperous. Only when both sides keep the interests of the other in mind can an equitable relationship be forged. It is a principle I once thought I understood, but have come to appreciate all the more in recent days, thanks to the sage counsel of a friend from beyond the rift. Your Excellency, thank you for your careful consideration of Garlemald's future. Though I cannot speak for every Garlean, I myself see no reason to object to your proposal. Indeed, if Radz-at-Han were to take the initiative, other nations may follow suit and seek to normalize trade relations with us. If you see the sense of my proposal, then I ask you to join me in the negotiations at Tertium. Your support may be instrumental in winning over Lord Neus and Medius. By all means, go with them. I have matters here well in hand. I have learned all that I may regarding the tower's operation, so I too shall hie me to Tertium. This big fucking thing. Oh, this is a teleport anyways. I always forget that. Crowd you may have brought, but numbers will not intimidate us. The Tower of Babel is ours by rights, and nothing you do will convince us otherwise. Rest assured, it is not our intent to infringe upon the rights of the people of Garlemald. Let us instead discuss the future. As a satrap of Radz-at-Han, I wish to establish a new trade agreement between our nations. The aid we presently receive will not last forever, my lords. Sooner or later we must stand on our own 2 feet. But to do so we must secure a means to replenish our coffers, and the proposed agreement presents a rare opportunity. 'Tis true, we do not want for Magitech and ceruleum, and foreign currency will be needed to procure such things as we lack. It would depend on the precise terms, but I can see the merits. What? I can't believe what I'm hearing. You serve the Emperor. Were a proud patriot, and now you entertain selling national resources like a common merchant? Like you, I weep for what we have lost, but if we are to rebuild Garlemald, we must make use of what precious few assets remain to us. Nonsense. Utter nonsense. You're a traitor, Neas, and there will be a reckoning. Oh, yes. When the people of Senedus learn of this, they will cry out for your blood. We need to clothesline that man. Lord Midius, wait, it isn't safe out there. It's far too dangerous for a civilian to be outside alone. We must go after Lord Midius. Let us leave such matters in Maximus' care while the rest of us join in the search. If Lord Midius is bound for Senedus, then we may be able to catch up to him in Regio Urbanissima. I pray he does not come to any harm. Whew. It's a lot of reading. It wouldn't be bad if I wasn't reading it all out loud, but... This is a pretty hefty political discussion. I'm the safety gorilla coming to check up on this snooty politician. Captain Caveman. I'm alive.
Praise the sisters, you are safe.
Don't think I'm indebted to you. I never asked for your help.
You love Garlemald dearly, Lord Metius. That much is plain. But you're not alone in that. We all mourn what has become of our homeland. Bristle at having to rely upon outsiders simply to survive the cold. Even now, I struggle with fear and uncertainty. Day after day, I ask myself, what is right? Where do we go from here? I've yet to find the answers. But I won't stop looking nonetheless, and I won't avert my gaze from our grim reality.
Is there hope for us?
Aye, so long as we live. Garlemald lies in ruins, but the bonds between us will never be broken. We are the chain that connects generations past and future. You and I, it's links. Help us, Lord Metius, for all we have been and for what we may yet become. Please.
To be lectured by the younger, it ill becomes a man of my station. I will rejoin the talks at Tertium. Might I trouble you to escort me? Elipard, I apologize for my discourtesy. I owe you my life, and I thank you.
Euless, wait. I'd like a word. With you as well. I'm to stay close, after all.
Worry not, we shall see the magistrates safely back to Tertium.
What is it?
You bound that man with trust, didn't you? That's why he did not require coercion to return.
Shall we walk, perhaps? Chilly, standing around here. So that's how Zero came to join you. Still, I'm not sure I'm qualified to explain something like trust. I wouldn't describe myself as a sociable person. Before all this, any free time I had, I spent looking after my brother and sister. As for the magistrate, I only told him what's been on my mind of late. But I wouldn't have done so, I think, if it weren't for the twins' influence. Trust is infectious, in a manner of speaking. When someone believes in you, it makes... Perhaps it's because the magistrate felt that earnestness that he gave us a chance. As I did, after I was caught trying to steal provisions from the enemy. Trust comes easy in such company.
Little wonder my world is devoid of it. No one trusts in you, and so you trust in no one. And round the wheel turns. During the Contra Memoria, we had already come to judge one another based on strength and usefulness. You either used or were used. Those who rejected this rule didn't survive. My mother wanted to save the world, to fulfill the hopes of Memoria's good and true. After she died, I carried on her mission alone.
Alone? Didn't you have anyone to help you?
Almost. 2 men tried just the once. A swordsman and a mage, whom I met when passing through a village. They had saved the people there from corrupted Memoriates. When they learned our enemies were the same, they seemed heartened. They claimed to be soldiers of a kingdom called Baron, and were traveling the realm in search of a means to end the Contra Memoria. They invited me to join them, I refused. How could I not, having learned the lessons of my world? Those who would work with others always have their own motives. I would not place myself at their mercy. I expected some manner of outburst, some show of frustration at having failed to deceive me. But they simply watched me walk away.
Is that supposed to be Cecil and Golbez?
I didn't know what to make of it then, but
Because
now...
that's a weird choice to do a Highlander as Cecil.
Of trust. Perhaps they were the last ones left who dared. Perhaps they hoped I was like them too. Perhaps it was just an offer, and nothing more.
And is anyone wearing, like, the right outfit?
I continued fighting alone. But ultimately I was undone. Overwhelmed by enemies that had banded together. I was cold. In pain. Wishing desperately that someone would save me. And as I lay there in solitude, I felt it happen. The breaking of our world. Darkness washed over me, and I was swept into the rift. When I finally managed to return, it was to a world forever transformed. My home, now filled with abominations. I had a chance to learn about trust, and forsook it. I never had the power to save my home single-handed. I should have accepted their invitation. Had I joined them as I've joined you, I might not have had to face the end of the world alone. But it's all history now. No amount of reflection or regret will change.
Whoops.
Whatever may have happened in the past, you're still here, Zero. Alive. So long as you're alive, there will always be hope, no matter how bad things get. What you couldn't do yesterday, you might still do today. Think about it. It's plain that you've forged bonds with those around you. If you didn't feel that in some sense, would you have risked your life as you did for a meager ration of boots? I trust you too, for what it's worth.
Here it is again. The fire that burned in my breast when you came to my rescue. The urge to weep though there is no sorrow. If this is trust, then what must I do? How do I answer it?
Give me your hand. It's not something you do constantly, mind. A friend is a friend regardless.
A friend. So that's what it means. someone you trust.
Thank you. I feel less as though I found the answers I sought. I owe it all to you and Julius. Right then, I expect the others will have already arrived back at Tertium. We should join them. Always the silver pieces. It stacks. It's stuff I'll use. Full glad am I to see everyone returned, and none the worse for wear. Various representatives of the Garland community are gathered here this very moment. I dare say this is a fine opportunity to announce the trade agreement. You've read the memorandum. I trust you find the terms acceptable. I do. Naeus, I pray you forgive my disgraceful conduct earlier. I'm ashamed not only of my behavior, but of placing the burden of negotiation solely on your shoulders in my absence. You should know that when we brought up the subject of the tower's reactivation to the people at Tapper's Den, some reacted quite strongly. Once explained that it would be to prevent another Voidsent invasion, however, they were more receptive. It's fair to say the recent episode is still fresh in their minds. I tagged along to deliver a supply of ceruleum. I have to say I didn't expect to see such a large crowd. Even the stuffy Imperials who normally keep to themselves in Synodus are here. Ahem, my friends and countrymen, lend me your ears. I'm pleased to inform you all on this joyous occasion that we, the people of Garlemald, have entered into a trade agreement with Razatan. To inaugurate our accord, we intend to grant the individuals before you access to the Tower of Babel. In return, Razatan will provide us with supplies, which shall be equally distributed among the settlements of our nation. Let me be clear on one point. This is not an act of charity, but trade, a bargain struck between equals, rooted in trust and respect, and marks a significant step toward rebuilding our nation and regaining true independence. Razatan holds Garlean technology and ingenuity in the highest esteem. It's my hope that through this agreement, our peoples will enjoy a mutually beneficial relationship for years to come. Now then, we bid you gather round to hear the particulars, that you might convey them to those elsewhere. They seem concerned. Why are we bringing the kid into it? So burdened by hardship and trauma were the people of Garlemald that they were unable to imagine a brighter future. To be recognized as equals, as a nation with something of value to offer to others, that validation alone is enough to rekindle their hope. 'Tis by virtue of this partnership that we may access the Tower of Babel, a rather timely development given the Aether Tank's impending arrival. Once the tower's stores have been replenished, we need but await Yashtola's signal to channel the energy to the moon, yes? Then you can leave that and anything else on this end to me and Alpha know. No need to worry. Devote all your energies to the mission in the void. As ever, I'm in your debt. We were good friends. More reading.
Let us take a moment to review matters as they stand.
Oh, good.
Having procured sufficient stores of ether, we may now channel the requisite energy unto the moon via the Tower of Babel. Our work on the star is complete. However, we have yet to receive word from Y'shtola as to the state of the lunar preparations.
A ritual to open the gate, and measures to forestall a void-sent invasion. Neither task is simple nor quickly completed. She would doubtless benefit from our assistance.
The very thing I was about to propose. Let us join her above and lend what aid we may. Ere we set forth, however, Y'shtola did bid me relay a message to thee. As thou art well aware, a key objective of our mission is the extraction of thy sister Ashdaya from the Void. Held captive for millennia and divested of an eye, she is like to be severely weakened. To make good her escape, she shall require aid. Aid that is best provided by a fellow great worm.
You would have me go in my true form. Very well. Like our sire, we great worms are capable of traversing the great expanse. The journey will take some time, but I shall take myself to the moon. To begin with, I shall return this vessel to Radzadhan, that I may have both my eyes. And until such time as we find Ashdaya, I would entrust her eye to your keeping.
Here you go.
You do this for me.
We shall contact you via Link Pearl once all is in place on the moon. You need but follow Y'shtola's instructions.
Understood. We'll be ready.
Take care, Zero.
It will be the briefest of homecomings. I'll be back before you know it.
Oh.
In mare elementorum, then. Go well.
Appreciate that they gave me a break.
I took the liberty of informing Ishtola of our arrival. She and her entourage should be here momentarily.
Forgive me. I'd hoped to have everything in order sooner. My thanks for the extra hands.
Alphino and Alice stand ready at the Tower of Babel. Vritra is also en route.
Excellent. You've done well. For my part, I've managed to prepare the ritual with help from the Watcher. All that remains is to channel the ether from below. This should, I pray, open a gate leading to the moon of the 13th.
May I just say how excited we are to be a part of this grand undertaking. The development of the artificial Atomos was one thing, but this is an opportunity like no other. Ishtola even managed to get a loan of elegant treatises on void sense summoning from the prized collection of the Sons of Saint Koinak. The Empire's application of etherochemistry in regulating void gates provided us with many a useful insight for our work, let me tell you.
I asked a favor of Grahatir when we were comparing notes on cross-rift travel. Given his credentials, I was confident he wouldn't be denied. The knowledge of our forebears has brought us far, as has our own. And with our knowledge and resources, we shall construct a void-sent containment seal on a heretofore unseen scale.
Containment seal? Then thou wouldst make use of...
Aye. A tried and tested means of holding dark entities at bay is readily available here. 'Twould be remiss of us not to employ it. We shall reforge the brands that Xenos and Fandaniel destroyed. That which held even Zodiac shall more than suffice for void scent of any persuasion.
I think it's a good idea.
Hard at work, tending to the most critical parts of the brand's restoration. There are, however, a number of concerning factors that remain. With your help, I'm sure we can resolve them.
Time is of the essence, so I suggest we continue this discussion as we make our way to the brands.
What an appropriate mount. Thanks, random mount roulette. Sometimes you pull out some real gems. Now then, to the matter at hand. With the Watcher's assistance, we shall reforge each of Zodiar's brands and use them to erect a barrier capable of repelling void scent. Yet though we expect it to be effective against larger beings on account of its original purpose, there's a chance it will allow a lesser void scent to slip through. Therefore we shall require a second line of defense, and I believe the Loperit's supporters would be suitable for this purpose. Rionze, Alice, the two of you have a strong rapport with our lunar allies. I would have you meet with Livingway and Bestway's Burrow and provide any assistance they require. I will join you. As a void scent, my knowledge may be of use. An excellent idea. In the meantime, the rest of us will see to reforging the brands. I will send word when we have finished. Pray do the same. This mount is always appropriate. I am the most powerful snowman. I could have poured it here, but whatever. Oh, it's above me. Shit. There you are. You still have surprised me of your present undertaking. I understand that she wishes to deploy our pride and joy, the veritable carrots of our eye, our unrivaled combat supporters, as a precautionary measure in case the voidsent containment seals of hers proves lacking. As we speak, my fellows are rounding up what units they can and will bring them to the northeast corner in short order. Please wait there. Oh, okay. I need to check if the Rising started today. I don't think it did because it wasn't mentioned on the login notice, but... We did get the Moonfire Fair event done. That's the other thing I did yesterday. So it's kind of time sensitive.
Dreadfully sorry to have kept you all waiting. Hello there, friends. A new person. Heard there was a bit of a rush, so we gathered what combat-ready supporters we had available.
A welcome contribution. Thine initiative never ceaseth to amaze.
Oh, stop! You're making me blush! Though we have fulfilled the purpose given to us by Heidelin, aiding the people of Aetheris remains our greatest joy. So you can count on us, ever and always. Right, so, we originally deployed these supporters to patrol the moon and keep it safe. They've never tussled with Voidsent before, but with sufficient data, they ought to hold their own against the ghastly fiends. Practical, tactical data acquired in the moment, and who better to give the supporters an educational thrashing than the champion of Aetheris?
I believe I would make a better instructor. Not only have I fought for it, I am one.
I love the, like, conflicting energies. They said, fuck it, we're out of here.
Well, don't just stand there. Engage! 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 Engage!
That'll do, that'll do! defeat bitterer than the bitterest carrot. Using this experience, we must enhance the supporters and turn them into void-sent slaughterbots! Indeed. Right after we've managed to put the poor dears back together.
Pray forgive our comrade's enthusiasm. May I inquire as to how long the repairs will take?
On an ordinary day, I'd say no less than 5 carrots briskly consumed. But if you were to provide us with encouragement...
3 carrots.
We just might be able
Oh.
to do it in 2.
They want carrots. They're gonna say, these are your bros. Please.
This I leave to you.
The leopard's eyes twinkle with anticipation as they await your buoyant exhalation. To wit, they yearn for you to rally their spirits. Oh, I have new emotes. Hold up. Frighten. Ah! Rally the engineers. Engage. Is there another new one? It says there is. Oh yes, eat chocolate. And the little ladies dance. I can't believe I unlocked all these emotes and just never did them. Okay, now to the one they actually want. What? Engage. Engage. Oh, sorry, I was in the midst of... Forgive me. The sight of precision parts is strangely soothing and sleep-inducing, but I'll try to keep moving. Ugh. What a marvelous feeling. It's nothing like wild gesticulations of encouragement to fire you up. With you cheering me on, I can do not less than my very best. Ooh, thank you very, very much. You don't know how uplifting it is to have you encouraging us. I mean, showing us the proper techniques so we may keep our supporters operating at peak efficiency. My, everyone is in high spirits indeed. Thanks to your encouragement, well, the supporter's up and running again no time at all. Pray attend to your remaining busy work and leave the deployment of our new and improved void-sent slaughter bots to us.
Can you hear me? We've just finished restoring the brands. Let us reconvene once you've finished tending to matters there. The culmination of our efforts is nigh.
The brands are ready, I presume. Excellent. With the Loppers having deployed their supporters, we are ready to proceed. Let us rejoin Y'shtola post-haste and prise open our gate unto the void. My thanks for seeing to the supporters. With this, all is in readiness for the ritual. First, I shall give the order to Alphado and Alzay in the Tower of Babel to channel Aether to the moon. Once we have amassed a sufficient amount of energy, Urianger and I shall begin our incantations to open a void gate. If all goes well, a tear will form in the fabric of reality, at which point you must activate the brands and put in place the containment seal. That is all. If there are no questions, then let us begin.
Apologies for the wait. The preparations here are finally complete.
Excellent. The Tower 2 is activated. But give the word and we will begin channeling the ether.
Very well then. Make it so.
Hey.
The moment of truth.
I didn't press anything there, but okay.
By the sisters!
Urianger, commence your invocations. 'Tis time to open our gate. A tear is beginning to form. Quickly, activate the brands. Success. The gate is open, and the seal appears to be in place.
Let's see how well it holds.
I think Reacher's about to make his appearance, yeah?
What an enormous gate! Lord Golbez will be eager to hear of this. So this is the promised land. The land of boundless ether.
But at a wall.
I dare say the seal doth serve its purpose.
I see all proceedeth apace. Remarkable.
Indeed. Just this moment, a void scent emerged from the gate, by which we may safely assume it leads to the 13th.
It's incredible, Ishtola. Truly incredible. Oh, what an honor it is to have been part of this historic achievement.
A part is an understatement. None of this would have been possible without you and yours. Our success has also served to solidify our understanding of cross-rift travel. The Ascians rejoined reflections to the source by instigating elemental imbalances. These imbalances weakened the barrier between realities, causing the ether of a reflection to flood the source. But why is it that reflections are predisposed to rejoin the source? Why have they never merged with one another?
Thou art suggesting there is a unique property inherent to the source, one responsible for such an outcome.
I am. 'Tis my conclusion that, as the point of origin for the reflections, the source has an innate pull over them. Hydaelyn, I believe, sought to suppress that pull, which is why she was created with the power of light, of stasis. Meanwhile, the power of darkness, of activity, reigns in the void. Hydaelyn's influence would naturally be weaker, and this manifested in the form of planar fissures. Working with this hypothesis, I set my sights upon where the pull was assessed to be strongest, and through our combined efforts, we succeeded in opening a gate to the void. Now, I must stress, it was because we sought the void that we succeeded. Pleased though I am to have my theory proven, the secrets of travel to other reflections still elude us. Even so, in the reality that lies beyond the 8th umbral calamity, there are those who found a way to reach the first. I will not rest until I do the same.
One step closer to fulfilling your dream, eh?
Just a step. Many more remain to be taken. Which further motivates me to forestall a void-sent invasion. So come, let us set forth, to find Ashdaya and put an end to Golbez's plot.
Climb upon my back. I shall take us to the gate.
As we did discuss prior, I shall see the alchemists safely home, then together with the Loporrits maintain vigil over the gate.
May the sisters watch over and keep you safe.
Into the void once more.
This is the moon of the 13th.
It is. Ever since the flood, it has been a sanguinary orb in the sky.
No void scent. A rather more subdued reception than I had anticipated.
But unsurprising, given how jealously Golbez conceals the location of his domain. Still, we must remain on guard. One of his minions came through the gate, after all, and more may lie in wait.
I'm glad they called that out, because clearly there's something going on up here.
I do not sense my sister. Where could she be? Where?
Steady, Vritra. We've barely arrived. Let us explore our surrounds before drawing conclusions.
Yes, thou art right. I shall survey the moon from above. The ground I leave to you all.
Surface of the moon is a grim shade of crimson, a consequence of the flood of darkness, perhaps. A long interaction. No matter how you strain your eyes, you spy no signs of life. In all directions extends a desolate waste without end. You hold your breath in an attempt to catch the faintest noise. Save for the sounds of your comrades, there is nothing. So far, you have failed to find any clues as to Eshai's whereabouts. Perhaps Zero has noticed something you missed.
The chasm has caught your attention as well.
Oh. That certainly looks like the place.
There's some manner of structure below. Worth a look, wouldn't you say?
I too sense something here. This pit much resembles the cradle of darkness on our moon, where Zodiac was once imprisoned. If this place serves the same function, then a fragment of his power must have been sealed in the depths. Strange, though. When Zodiac perished in the Source, I presumed that every aspect of him was thus unmade, and his power scattered, but it's unmistakable. The darkness that permeates this abyss. Could a trace of him yet remain? Or is it something else?
I hear thee, sister. I hear thee. Come on, my friends. Astaya is here, within this chasm. Drown King. Kom na in Ötaan.
You were entrusted with Ajdaya's eye, were you not? Ku-an. O Wakhom Urta.
Li Tao An. An King Sis. Dies Isom in Fesk. Nuan ik hes in an. Ka an. Fesk wes an ul in.
Seth es lis na fesk on. Ner no vel ak stra I dran. Esk es I nesh I gol ak. So this is indeed Golbez's domain.
How are you able to understand the language of dragons? I know I can.
Kis arn in.
Es fil ud in. Ein an in.
Sis? Ask dear Antar. For war Meradarn I Alan an. Les I el kol an. Zdis sorn I rum. Snar Tiamat an. Kai ros an. K ul K darn morn. Dis an. Kai an. Na stra an.
Estinian would understand it too. Maybe you stole a zero?
Kidir in an, Kasta an. Sta in es, Katao, Tai an, es an, Stra in Sorn.
What now then? Does this great worm intend to remain a captive meal for all eternity, not daring to test her chains?
Ern el, mis head in und.
Yeah, we clapped his cheeks.
Asrael dis tar, sma osk in sis an.
Now there's a start. So, what can you tell us?
Asif tar no gon in. Do es inesh igor sorn, ka som mo go. Skom les sau an, som du orta sis.
Well, you heard her. Shall we look into this spot near and dear to our enemy's heart?
Oh, hey, there I am. Ooh, this is a big one. It's got a picture. You guys have already begun searching for clues. Let us do the same. I'll take charge of this area if you could see to the south. You know, they do kind of have you avoid this big area over here. I think that Vitra just showed up, though. But likely he's not standing on top of it. There's a big ass search area. Just checking. Oh, there it is. I don't know how I missed it. Maybe it's just like the direction we were looking. How's this a point of interest? The glint from beneath the rock catches your eyes.
Did you find something? A memoria. But whose?
Well, we're about to find out. So this is maybe Cecil and Golbez.
You have lied, pillaged, and murdered. Have you anything to say in your defense?
No. Every one of them got what they deserved. Trusting fools. Like you would-be heroes. Aye. You do well to keep a close eye on each other. It always ends the same way. A knife in the back. And better to have the handle towards your hand. You'll see! Oh, yes. You will.
In death may your soul find salvation.
I can't bring myself to pray for the unrepentant. You're a nobler man than I.
Come now, we are all shaped by these dark times more than we would care to admit. I choose to believe that had these men known peace and plenty, they would not have been consumed by mistrust and avarice.
Victims of the Contra Memoria, then. Like so many others. But we will end it.
Thank you. I shudder to imagine what might have happened if you hadn't dealt with the Dark Ones.
Who's that?
Oh, her? She's like you, I hear. Hunts Memoriates taken by darkness.
Well, well. A kindred spirit. Perhaps we will finally have a new comrade.
I wonder if this is maybe our equivalent from the 13th.
No. I've no interest in working with others. Much less someone who looks as suspicious as you.
Is that so?
If there's nothing else, I'll be on my way.
Even when we share the same goal, we can't overcome the mistrust. Such is the way of things, the wisdom of our era.
Only a precious few Memoriates remain to cling to the light. Would that we could have won her over.
We'll make do, old friend. We have accomplished much already, and another person may well have been more of a hindrance than help. Now then, our work here is finished. His Majesty has summoned us, so let us not delay. To Baron.
I don't know a Durante, or at least off the top of my head. But they may be using an alternate name for somebody.
What? I was in it.
Oh. I looked it up. That's right, I do know that.
It's them. The pair I met in that village. Which means the one sealed in this memoria is...
If I remember right... Well, do we learn Golbez's real name in 4? Either way, Durante is Golbez. But I never played the After Years. Though...
So, you have come. You who would oppose our crusade.
Then maybe... like Cecil's wearing this armor? It might not be Cecil at all, but... So I know you can play as Golbez some in the After Years.
You. I know you.
Is that so?
Well...
From the world before, I dare say. "'Tis impressive enough that you have managed to retain your mortal form, but to remember your past besides. But that is of no moment. You are the Memoriat who vanquished my minions, correct?"
Well, no, his name is... I got that slightly wrong. His name in the actual story is Theodore. But I really feel like... I can't remember if that was introduced in the main game or After Years. Anyways, I'll look into that.
And what if I am?
Then I would bid you join me. As a child of our world and slave to the wheel, fight with me for the salvation of all our souls.
Fight with you? More like fight as your pawn. It isn't me you want, but my power. And if I don't obey, you'll bind me like you bound that dragon. But no more. I refuse to be bound ever again. I fight only for myself, and for those in whom I trust. My friends.
I see. A pity. It is for the dragon that you have come, yes? When first you appeared, I thought simply to remove a threat to our plan. Never did I imagine that you would reach this place and gift me a golden opportunity.
Task in.
Long as it has been imprisoned, this dragon has grown feeble and weak, its spirit extinguished. Your coming has served to rekindle her forgotten hope. Her yearning to be free, to return home. That is the key to our deliverance.
The darkness is ravaging her. She's becoming a void scent.
Archer! Smash!
Rise, O Shadow Dragon, and obey! Kill him. Damn you! Keep our guests occupied.
Save her, Adexi. Save my sister.
Before darkness swallowed the world, I fought tirelessly in a war without end. The experience taught me to discern the strong, that dragon, and you. Face me.
Though my other 7 friends need invitation.
Accursed light. You, who have ever basked in its warmth, could never understand our envy, our agony. You will not deny us our release.
He's gonna be standing there. Oh yeah. What's the minimum idle level? 615? I'm barely the item level for it. Okay. I'm gonna cut out a lot of this weight. Yeah, I'm in the middle of getting a bunch of cables and stuff moved around.
Expect no mercy. To destroy you, I shall bring my all to bear. Come, warriors from beyond the rift.
Well, at least it doesn't take too long. Some people do so much better than I do with their portraits.
This place shall be your tomb. I will free us from the wheel. Where my Rhine-kissed blades.
Interesting he uses that.
No matter the foe, I will stay the course. Let lightning surge! Such is your power. Come forth, my servant of shadow. With abyssal dark and hero's blade, I bring my people liberation.
Oh, that's cool.
You shall know true terror. Dragon, hear me and obey.
them! Bathe them in black flame! My meteors will extinguish your light!
I don't know if I should have taken that tower, but I did.
Gale to rend you asunder!
Took me a second to understand that one. That moves pretty quick.
Come forth, my servant of shadow! Let lightning surge!
Yeah, I can tell my gear is hurting me a little bit here. Because I'm doing terrible on DPS compared to everybody else. But I don't have any gear from this expansion, or from this patch, and they all do. Son of a bitch. That's what I get for trying to follow everybody else's lead. I knew it was coming. I just get out of the way enough.
Dragon, hear me and obey! Look to the heavens for your doom! Where my rime-kissed blades!
Oh wow! How did I not get hit by that?
Crush them!
Shit, it got me again. Oh, and then he did a follow-up with it too. Damn. I would need to do this fight a couple times. I don't think it's too bad.
My meteors will extinguish your light!
He likes to double up on a lot of mechanics.
Come forth, my servant of shadow!
Nobody's okay. I was about to say, like, bro, come on over and stack. It's the mechanic. I'm surprised he didn't have a second phase.
My blade. So, this is the limit of my defiance.
Thanks for the reses.
Are you all right?
Yeah. Beat up a little bit, but you should see him.
What's happening?
At last, the moment is at hand. You may have bested me, but not quickly enough. Too late will you look to the chasm. You've won the battle, but I win the war.
Stop this. I beg of thee, let her go.
Okay.
Darkness made manifest once abided in the depths of this abyss, until one day it dispersed in a haze of ether. In the absence of the great flow, that ether has nowhere to return. And so it has coalesced, giving rise to a mighty void scent. Now feast. Feast upon this dragon and its ardent longing for home with it. From the convergence of ancient and newborn, an entity with
Zeromus, probably. Might be Zemus, but probably Zeromus.
Upon you, who shall deliver us from eternal damnation, I bestow the name of a hero of Eld.
Cecil?
Zeromus!
Okay.
Awaken!
So this is my first thought.
No matter how powerful, a void scent can be sealed in Memoria. Damn it. It's too strong.
Our warding scales may not hold. Not against a void sent born of Zodiac's ether.
So did we get 2 trials?
We must retreat. Everyone to me.
Or are we not gonna... Yeah, we're just gonna hold off on Zeromus. They pretty much skipped Zemus. If it's anything like 4, we're gonna need some sort of crystal to beat it, unless that's what just fell into the pit. Made it back safely, at least. In light of this development, that we escaped with our lives is an accomplishment unto itself. Would that we could have anticipated as Jai's yearning to return home could be manipulated in this fashion. Alas, we must now contend with a newborn void sent hell's bent on breaching the rift. And one with such prodigious strength, Zeromus is unlike anything I've ever seen. So named for an ancient hero, as Golbez said, though none can say if there is even a sliver of truth to the legends. Perhaps Golbez chose it in the hopes that his champion would do that which no one could in the Contra Memoria, save the world. But a true hero would not damn another world to save his own. And we're not about to let that happen, but regardless, we need to regroup. I, loath though I am to admit it, we are in no state to face a void sent of Zeromus' might. We should not least fall in body and mind both. For now, let's return to Razatan and take stock of the situation. Very well. Not gonna lie, I feel a little blue-balled on that. Alice, might I trouble you to head to Best Ways Burrow and apprise Ryonjay of the situation? The rest of us shall tend to reach his wounds before returning to Razatan. Pray join us there anon. Yeah, feel a little blue-balled on that. Like, okay, here we go. We're wrapping shit up. And then they're like, let's take a break. Ah, Alice, thou art returned. I'm pleased to say it hath been blessedly uneventful in your absence. More importantly, what of your mission in the void? Heavens forfend that desire should be used to birth a dread void sent born of Zodiac's residual ether. Although we could not have predicted this outcome, there's one small mercy, the void sent containment seal. As we employed the self-same brains that once imprisoned Zodiac in its creation, the seal should serve to hinder Zeromus. We'll see. Yet for how long none can say, for our enemy's strength is unknowable, whilst the barrier was erected in haste. Thou shalt rejoin our comrades anon to deliberate measures, yes? Then I shall remain here to maintain my vigil over the seal. Shall we observe signs of an impending incursion? Rest assured I shall send word without delay. Go well, my friend. Wait, I'm not paying or using a ticket. I can warp there for free. Ah, Mistress Alice, we've been expecting you. When the satrap and your comrades returned earlier, I couldn't help but notice they were low in spirits. I hope it's nothing too serious. But forgive me, you must be eager to join them. If you'd follow me... Hi, Mose. Just making biscuits on a box. Climbing in there would not be very comfortable for you.
Do you remember Ciriato and Farfarello? The cowardly pair of Voidsent that dwelled in my domain?
Ah, yes.
Ciriato devoured Farfarello, and in so doing he inherited an all-consuming fear of Barbariccia. For as you know, when a Voidsent is devoured, it doesn't simply cease to be. Its soul persists within the devourer, and when a Voidsent dies, all the souls that harbored may break free to become individual entities once more. That is to say, by defeating Zeromus, we may yet save Ashdaya. And to make certain that we do, we must remind her of who she is. When the time comes, you must call to her. Call with all your being.
Thy words give me heart, Zero. Thou hast my gratitude.
Then it's settled. Our objective is to defeat Zeromus. While it is unsettling that a Voidsent could be born of Zodiark's ether, its very nature may render it susceptible to the brands that once contained him. Did Urianger have aught to say? I see. If the seal may not hold for long, then haste is paramount.
Couldn't we just let it come to the source and strike it down here?
Doing so would consign Ashdaya's soul to the ethereal sea. Any attempt to ensure her survival demands that we deal with Zeromus in the 13th.
I could barely go near it. Never mind land a blow. So thick was the shroud of darkness. How do you propose we fight such a foe?
Simple. Against impenetrable darkness, we must wield resplendent light. And it just so happens, there is a world replete with light. The question of how we will harness that light, you may leave to me. With our recent discoveries and proven techniques, as well as the aid of comrades near and far, I have faith that we will find a way. But only if I begin my work at once. Rest up while you can, for there will be much to do when I return.
It wouldn't do to be idle while our esteemed sorceress labors tirelessly. I shall be training if you have need of me.
Doing more push-ups.
Wait. Allow me to join you. I must become stronger for what lies ahead.
Fine by me. Come on then.
I shall not pass my time wallowing in despair. Using my vessel, I shall attend what preparations I may.
Isaiah is my sister, and long have I dreamed of saving her. But if I am to do so, I must be better than I have been. Blessed though I am to have you and yours as comrades, I cannot well ask you to lift me up every time doubt and despair creep into my heart. I won't falter again, this I swear. I'll hold fast to my conviction, Alice, and I pray that you will stand with me to the last. And there is the patch. Oh wait, meanwhile on the moon of the 13th.
Zeromus is risen, but not yet at full strength. It will take time before the fiend is able to breach the veil. But what is another moment on this long journey I have endured? It remains as fresh as if it were yesterday. Old friend, the memory of your passing and the pain.
Yes, I accidentally spoiled myself and you all for that.
As I promised you
Might
then,
be.
I promise you now, they shall sing of Golbez, the hero who shattered the wheel and brought salvation to the world.
From light's embrace to shadows deep, a world to save, an oath to keep. Yay! You win or you die. Alright, so I need to take a bit of a break, but we're gonna stop this recording. But I don't know. I might try the raid story, but I don't think I've been recording that. So we'll see. But I'm gonna keep the stream rolling in the meantime. So if you're on Twitch, hang out while I figure out the rest of the plans. But YouTube, we're definitely cutting the main story video here. So y'all be safe, be kind, and I'll catch you later.